$10 a month. That's your salary as a soldier in Iran's military. You serve 2 years. You don't get to say no.
At the highest rank, you control a $25 billion defense budget, and nobody knows your face.
This is every rank of the Iranian military, from the conscript who can't leave to the commander who answers to one man. Iran has 2 armies that don't trust each other. The Artesh, the regular military, 420,000 soldiers, and the Sepah, the Revolutionary Guard, 190,000 soldiers. They share the same country, but not the same power.
The Artesh defends the borders. The Sepah controls the missiles, the nuclear program, the intelligence operations, and the money. You need to understand this before we start, because where you end up, Artesh or Sepah, changes everything.
You didn't choose to be here. The law chose for you. And right now, you're nobody. At this rank, your life looks like this. You're 18. 3 months ago, you got a letter, a draft notice. Every Iranian man serves 2 years. No exceptions.
You report to a base. They shave your head. They give you a uniform 2 sizes too big, and your life stops being yours. Your day starts at 5 a.m. You run until your legs give out. You clean floors on your knees until they shine. You march in formation until you forget how to think for yourself.
You eat in a mess hall with 40 other conscripts. Rice, stew, bread, same thing every day. You sleep on a metal bunk that creaks every time you move.
You earn 5 million riyals per month. That is $10, not per day, per month.
A single meal outside the base costs more than your daily wage. Some conscripts get money from their families. You don't. You have nothing here. No authority, 0. You obey.
When an officer says run, you run. When he says stop, you stop. When he says clean the toilets at midnight, you clean. There is no negotiation at this rank. You are furniture with a heartbeat.
The punishment for desertion is prison. Refusing the draft entirely means no passport, no driver's license, no bank account, no government services for the rest of your life. You become a ghost. A tiny spark of hope, the only light in darkness. Your voice warms slightly, but it's fragile hope, not joy. The one thing that keeps you going is the green card, your military exemption certificate. 2 years of obedience and you get it. Without it, you can't get married, can't get a job, can't travel. It's not a reward. It's a ransom.
Transitional energy, forward momentum. Something is about to change. Engage the listener to stay. But you don't stay here long. 2 years pass, and then you face a choice. Walk out or stay. Most walk out, but some of you stay because you have nowhere else to go.
But some of you stay, not because you want to, because you have nothing else. You come from a small town. Your family has no connections. No university accepted you. The military is the only employer that will feed you, house you, and give you a purpose. So you sign a professional contract.
After 3 years, you become a Goruhban, a sergeant. At this rank, your life looks like this. You command 8 conscripts, boys who look exactly like you did 3 years ago. Scared, lost, waiting.
Growing confidence. You're describing someone who matters now. For the first time, there's dignity. You set their schedule. You enforce discipline. For the first time in your life, someone salutes you. Your salary jumps to 20 million riyals, about $40 a month. Still less than a taxi driver, but you get on-base housing, 3 meals, a uniform that actually fits.
The weight arrives. Your voice gets heavier, more serious. Pride is being replaced by burden. You feel responsible for everything. The weight comes fast. A conscript gets injured in training. Your name goes on the report. Equipment disappears. You answer for it. Morale drops. Your fault. Everything below you is your responsibility. Everything above you has authority over your life.
Bitter truth. A system designed to crush you. The chain goes up. It never goes down. You can punish a conscript for being late, but a lieutenant can punish you for the conscript being late. The chain goes up. It never goes down.
Statistical coldness, followed by personal fear. The 12% should hit hard. Then forward energy on the transition. The promotion rate from this rank, 12%. The other 88% serve 20 years and walk away with a pension that barely covers rent. You don't want to be the 88%, but you don't stay here long.
You earned this. You made it. At this rank, your life looks like this. You're no longer enlisted. You're an officer.
Things that seem small are actually huge. A peaked cap means something. The uniform changes. Peaked cap, shoulder boards, a sidearm on your belt. People stand when you enter a room. Your salary hits 50 million reals, around $100 a month. Still poverty by any Western standard. But in Iran's military economy, it means something.
The world is opening up. More complex, more interesting. Your voice becomes more engaged, like discovering how a machine works from the inside. You command a platoon. 30 soldiers, 3 sergeants report to you. Their problems become your problems, but now you also attend briefings. You see maps, you hear plans. You start to understand how the machine works.
The daily grind shifts from physical to mental. Reports, evaluations, logistics. A conscript's family calls because their son hasn't written home. That's your problem now. Make a bad call on a training exercise, and soldiers get hurt. Make a good call, and nobody notices. That's the paradox of middle management in the military. Failure is visible. Success is invisible.
The rule at this rank: never make a decision that forces your colonel to make a decision. Solve it yourself. Escalating is weakness. But everything changes at the next rank, because this is where the real question appears. Artesh or Sepah?
This is where everything changes. At Major, you've been in for 10 to 15 years. You've proven yourself. And now the system reveals what it really is. 2 armies inside one country.
If you stayed in the Artesh, you're a Sargord, commanding a battalion. 500 soldiers. Your salary reaches 80 million reals, about $160 a month. You have a house off base, a car. Your family lives a middle-class Iranian life. But the officers in the Sepah at your same rank, they earn 3 times what you do. They drive better cars. They live in better neighborhoods.
The military as a business empire. Let the corruption sink in. Because the Revolutionary Guard isn't just an army, it's a business empire. Construction companies, oil contracts, import permits. The Sepah controls an estimated 40% of Iran's economy, and its officers benefit directly. You know this. Everyone knows this. But you chose the Artesh, or the Artesh chose you.
At this rank, you attend strategic briefings with colonels. You manage equipment worth millions. You sign documents that move companies of soldiers across provinces. Because at Major, the military becomes political. Promotions depend less on competence and more on connections. Who your patron is, which faction you align with.
The rule at this rank:
Loyalty is more valuable than ability. Pick your allies carefully, because the wrong patron can end your career faster than any enemy.
At Colonel, you stop being a soldier and start being an institution. You command a brigade, 3,000 to 5,000 soldiers. Your salary is 150 million rials, about $300 a month officially. But at this level, the official salary is almost irrelevant.
Housing is provided. Transport is provided. Your children attend military schools. Medical care is free. The system takes care of you because it owns you.
Your daily life is unrecognizable from the conscript you once were. You attend meetings at the Ministry of Defense. You coordinate with intelligence services. You review operations that span provinces. The weight at this rank is different. A colonel's mistake doesn't get someone hurt. It gets people killed.
You don't sleep well anymore. Not because of the work, because of what the work means. The isolation accelerates here. Your old friends from the ranks can't relate to your world anymore. You can't talk about what you know. Your family sees you less. Your children grow up with a uniform in the closet and a father who comes home late.
The rule at this rank: trust nobody completely. Because at Colonel, everyone around you wants something, and most of them want your position.
At General, there are only about 200 people in all of Iran at your level. You command a division, 10,000 to 15,000 soldiers. Your word moves artillery. Your signature deploys battalions. The salary doesn't matter anymore.
Surveillance state feeling. Even you are watched. Your protection is also your prison. Unsettling. You live in a compound. Armored vehicles take you to work. Your phone calls are monitored for your protection and for their surveillance. At this rank, the military and the state become the same thing.
The scope is terrifying. One wrong recommendation changes the region. You attend meetings with members of parliament. You brief the Minister of Defense directly. You have access to intelligence files that most of the government doesn't know exist. Your daily life is strategy, not tactics, strategy. Where should Iran project force next year? How do you respond if a border incident escalates? Every answer has political consequences. Make the wrong recommendation, and you don't just lose soldiers, you change the balance of power in the region.
The isolation here is almost complete. Your wife hasn't seen you smile in months. Your children call you sir without irony. The officers below you are terrified of you, not because you're cruel, because your displeasure can end careers. You eat alone most nights, not because you have to, because there's nobody left who can sit across from you without wanting something.
The rule at this rank: the only person who promotes you is the supreme leader, and the only person who can destroy you is the supreme leader. At this level, there is no system. There is one man.
At the top, there is no rank. There is a title: Sardar, commander. Fewer than 10 men in Iran hold this level of military authority. You don't command troops anymore. You command the people who command the troops. Your budget is classified. Your movements are classified. Your meetings are classified. Most Iranians have never seen your face.
At this rank, your life looks like this. You wake up in a compound that doesn't appear on any map. You are briefed before sunrise on every active military and intelligence operation in the country. You sit across the table from men who run the Quds Force, the unit responsible for Iran's operations in Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, and Yemen.
Philosophical weight. These questions have no answers. You don't give orders. You shape doctrine. What should Iran's military posture be for the next decade? How do you respond to sanctions that strangle the economy? What do you do when an allied militia in Iraq goes rogue? These are your questions. There are no right answers. There are only consequences.
Your salary is irrelevant. You have everything. The house, the cars, the protection, the access, and you have nothing.
Your family is a target. Your name is on intelligence lists of 6 different countries. You haven't walked on a public street in years.
Always him. At the summit, there is one chair, and it's not yours. The rule at this rank, you protect the system, not the country. The system. Because the system is what put you here. And the system is what will replace you when it's done with you. Nobody retires from this rank voluntarily. You serve until you are removed.
At the summit, there is one chair, and it is not yours. The rule at this rank, you protect the system, not the country, the system. Because the system is what put you here, and the system is what will replace you when it is done with you. Nobody retires from this rank voluntarily. You serve until you are removed. And when you are removed, you vanish from the briefings, from the compound, from the meetings. Your phone stops ringing. Your driver stops coming. And the man who replaces you does not know your name.
$10 a month at the bottom. The keys to a $25 billion machine at the top. 7 ranks, 25 years, and at every level, the same question. Is it worth what it costs?
Build through each level. Freedom, time, everything. Each cost hits harder than the last. At the bottom, it costs your freedom. In the middle, it costs your time. At the top, it costs everything else. Most men who enter this system leave at rank 1 and never look back. A few climb to rank 2 and spend 20 years wondering if they made the right choice. And the ones who make it to the top? They can't leave, even if they wanted to.
How far would you have climbed? Tell me in the comments.